per sheep, so you'll be getting €2.20 per sheep, so the more you do the better. So you want to be doing around 35 to 40 sheep an hour to make money, to make the book. So before, it used to always be with the hand shears, and the hand shears like big scissors. I can't find my one here now at the moment, but it's like big hand scissors, and if you're good at this, about 80-90 sheep a day, a long day. And this now is after moving on a bit in life, alright. So it was 1977, before electricity. Here was the last place in Ireland, the Black Valley it's called. So that was the last place in Ireland to get it, and it was probably in the 80s before the first electric shearing machine was born. So the way you do it, you kind of catch your sheep and you rotate them, and you have to make sure the fleece does not pull the skin, because it's actually easy enough to cut them. So any sheep with wrinkles, so kind of patchy, they're easier to cut because there's more wrinkles in the skin, but they're only small cuts. Sheep are, if you maneuver them the right way, they normally stay as quiet as possible, and you kind of keep stretching them out from different pressure points and different angles. So this sheep now, it could be her first time being sheared. So on this farm they don't shear the baby lambs, they just shear them at a year old. So this is a year old sheep.
Okay, baby.
So they have a lot more wool at times.
Okay. Wow, big. Big.
Let us start sheep weigh.
So the sheep would be around, say, 60 kilos.
They don't bite?
Sheep don't bite, so generally it'd be pet sheep, but you rear yourself at the bottle, they'd be more used to humans. These are only kind of more lash out than anything. You start with the belly, you work your way down. So before you start, it's always important to make sure it's a girl or a boy. So some farmers also, they dock the tails at birth. So you see sheep with sharp tails, it's kind of hundreds of kills, keep them cleaner.
Go get Joe. Go get Joe.
Oh, that's so good.
So that kind of hint of yellow, what you see in the skin of the sheep, that's the lanolin. So that's the lanolin, you see it in a lot of cosmetics and creams. That's all extracted from the wool. So at the moment, it's only the lanolin what is extracted from our wool. It's worthless at the moment. So, but you get 5 cents a kilo is what the wool in this farmer is making. It was mainly used for kind of army uniforms back in the day and carpets and houses, but there aren't many of that being used now anymore. So last year you were lucky enough if they came and collected it, and if you missed the collection, farmers are just storing it up and more farmers are just burying it to get used to get rid of it.
So how long does it take you to do one?
You'll be shearing around 35 to 40 an hour. You want to be doing it to make it pay.
Oh,
So it's a short season. Also, you would not be able to, if you came January, February, you would not be able to shear a sheep. To either break your back or you would actually kill the sheep. So the lanolin, it goes like butter what's in a fridge. So you need heat to basically melt it. So you'd see thick kind of buttery-like substance during the winter time.
So now what are you giving?
So the first thing is parasites in the belly. So liver fluke is called. So that's here in Ireland because we have wet weather normally. But normally it's like a sun holiday for you this time. So it's hard to get used to, but that's caused by just a snail that lays eggs and the parasite attacks their liver. So they'll have to get this 3 to 4 times a year. Especially wet years, they'll probably have to get more. And the other jabbed in is for ticks on the skin on the outside. So,
What's the puppy's name?
Fliss. Yeah, Fliss. So she's Johnny's pup, so she's the next one for the demonstrations. Also the shearing of the sheep, we like to keep them on a kind of slippery surface so they can't get gripped. When they get gripped, they'll overpower you. So you're probably on your tour buses wondering what all the paint is for. So every farmer has his own identification. So next farmer will have blue, green, black or whatever. Some could be very colourful farmers then see very colourful sheep. So here it's K on the right side for Kisan and red on the back side. So it's like basically like a hair dye. It grows out with the wool, and when they want to process the wool, it just boils out. So even this hot weather, it has to be reapplied 3 to 4 times a year as well, if you get a lot of rain. That's your finished product. Even if the paint does wash off, every sheep has its own number on its ear as well. So if she broke into the next farmer, he'll be able to tell by the flock number is called, so she'll know if he's belonged to me or not.
And what's your name?
Jonathan.
Very good job. Very good.
So before it was for carpets of houses and whatnot, but there isn't many going to houses anymore. And our uniforms were a big one, and also Russia were a big buyer of it all. That stopped now as well. Sweaters. So you'd be going around. There's a Galway sheep. So if you put this on as a sweater, you'll be scratching and itching all around the ring of herring. It's a merino you'd see in the shops, Irish sweater made from merino wool. It's not Irish. Yeah, so it's a New Zealand Australian sheep, but it's probably, it might be made in Ireland, but it's not Irish wool. But you probably see an Erin sweater now, so that's made up the west, and that'll be made from their own sheep. It's Galway sheep. They're very much like a merino, and there isn't many of them in Ireland. They're getting, I think, nearly €3 a kilo for their wool as well. So that's very fine wool. So that the smart wool is called. It's a mixture of merino synthetics, and that is actually killing off like small wool as well, because it's breathable and more finer wool. So this is kind of a soft fleece, but this sheep, the dog, stop taking it. It's going to be kind of she's a young sheep, so it'll be falling apart more easily. So at the moment, it's just stores and hope it will go up. I'm going around shearing the ring carry, and there's farmers that just dig a hole with an excavator and bury it. Yeah. It's costing too much for insulation of houses by the time they process it. Yeah, it goes by the time they process and take everything out of it. So you can feel the lanolin between your fingers. Yeah, you feel it. So Yeah, at the moment the wool. So it's the sheep are mostly shore now for their own health and well-being. So if they aren't sheared in this weather, you'd have fly strike in the sheep. So a fly lays its eggs in the sheep get eaten alive if there's any dirt. Yeah. So the sheep have to be shore. So if they're not sheared, otherwise you'd be losing the sheep.
How many times do you shear them a year?
Once a year.
Once a
So
year.
it's her first time now because she wasn't done as a baby lamb.
Okay.
But some farmers at my home farm, I sheared the baby lambs as well at 6 months old. Because our mountain we kind of high and the snow would actually get caught in the chest and pull them down if it gets a lot of snow. So yeah, so we find it a bit of practice. Yeah. So they're all black-faced Scottish mountain sheep. So they're here for the habitat of the area. So merinos wouldn't survive here or a lowland. What you'd be seeing for meat, lamb chops. Some of these would go on for it, but we wouldn't be able to process them because the quality of land isn't good enough. So they'd have to be moved on to different farms, better quality land to be fattened.
So is that like, so that's your main, what you're breeding for, is to breed and then sell them on at
Yeah,
market?
send them on. So they'd be called store lambs they're called.
Yeah.
So they'd be sold at, off our mountains here, they'd be sold around 30 kilos. And the next guy will have to get them up to maybe around 50 kilos. And the kilo did it around 25. Even one of our store lambs fought of the year, that was bad last year. You'd buy a lamb walk year round from this farm, one of their breeds, for maybe 50 euros. And I see now in Dunnes stores, one of the big supermarkets, a back leg for a lamb is 60 euros. Yeah, so the farmer is always going to lose you out in the end. The middleman is always winning.
At home they sell for about $300. At home they sell for about $300.
$300. We could export it.
But you only sell them when they're younger.
So we sell them, so they'd be born, all lambs are born here in March or April, and they'd be sold kind of September, October time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do with an old sheep? Like how
So
old?
old sheep will also be passed on to better quality land. So they wouldn't be able to survive this habitat from slippy off rocks and things. But good quality land, they'll probably get 2 to 3 more years of. Yeah, so they get like they'll be able to breed them for another few years because they'll grow better, not as rocky and rough as this terrain. So they'd also get it.
Oh, she's going to be in the paint. Oh, she's
I know she loves my laces.
Yeah.
I don't know what shoe left after.
So what stocking density can you do in this land? Like how many sheep?
So in this sheep, it's around 2,500 acres and there's about 1,500 sheep. But it'd actually take more. To take more sheep, no problem yet. So although you'd have to feed a lot of concentrates in the winter time. Because what you're looking at now is a lovely green Ireland with all that, say, come November to be brown until I'd say nearly Paddy's Day to be all brown. And so even the feed stuff now, if you're buying it, there's a bag there that means the deer this year is 13 euros a bag. And you'll be probably feeding maybe about 30 sheep with that. So that'd be every day, every morning. So they all add up. So everything kind of in farming has gotten expensive now at the moment. All the dosing stuff's gotten dear and the feed stuff has gotten very expensive. Even I'd say, only for the tourists now, this farm won't be able to keep going since the tourism is the main income for this farm. So we'll be able to.
Still have water coming through all right? I know it's been dry.
It's dried up at the moment. That's the worst thing. It's raining, I'd say, for about 10 years and it dries up for 2 weeks and we're complaining, looking for water already. Yeah. This is,
But used to having it.
we're so used to having it, yeah.
Hearing about it.
Which is, I'd say most farmers are giving out the land has gone dry and water for animals and everything to draw to them.
Yeah.
Things don't belong running out here.